All right, what's up everybody? So not even 2 weeks ago, I had a massive $300 haul from Right Stuff, and literally a day or so after that, my mom told me that one of our local Barnes & Noble stores was gonna be going out of business. And a lot of times when stores go out of business, they'll have really big sales to get rid of the extra stock. So we went up to Barnes & Noble last weekend, and as soon as I walked in the store, I saw this massive line. The parking lot was full, and of course, everything in the store was 40% off. So as you can imagine, I was like a kid in the candy store. I instantly grabbed a cart, ran back to the light novel section. Unfortunately, they only had 2 out of the 5 rows of stuff for the light novel sections left, but it was still a lot of good stuff that I was able to pick up. So I'm really excited to share that with y'all today. I also have another haul from a cheap light novel website that I'm gonna be telling y'all about later on that I really want to show y'all. I'm excited to open that up as well. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So whenever I go light novel or manga shopping, I like to prioritize series that I've already started, because obviously if you just keep getting volume 1s and volume 1s, I mean, you'll never really finish any of the things that you're reading. But because everything was 40% off for this particular trip, I got a mix of everything. So I got some volume 1s, I got some continuations, I got a lot of different stuff, man. I think it's like almost 30 volumes here. So first up, I've got Mahouka volume 16. This was pretty funny because Mahouka volume 16 is like the one volume that I'm missing from my collection. I've got 1 through 15. So for it to be the only one that they had left in the store was pretty perfect. I really need to get back into Mahouka. It's been like 3 years since the anime ended, the second season of the anime, and I still haven't read anything past like volume 3. And with a 3rd season confirmed and on the way soon, I really need to get into this. So really excited. And of course, it was 40% off, so can't beat it. Next up, I've got Kageki Shoujo volume 3. Y'all know how I feel about manga. I usually don't pick it up, but Kageki Shoujo is one of the exceptions. It was one of my favorite anime from 2021. I think it's one of the best shoujo series in general. And considering I have the omnibus that has the first 2 volumes, it was a no-brainer that I had to pick this up. I actually went back the next day and got volume 4, which I'll show y'all like the day 2 haul, because these prices were just too good, man. I had to go back another trip, so I'll show y'all that in a little bit. But yeah, Kageki Shoujo volume 3, I'm really excited to read this. I've been putting this off for too long. The anime aired like 2 years ago, and I still haven't even read volume 1. Of course, a 40% off sale is also an opportunity to get a lot of series that I wouldn't necessarily pay full price for, but I'm really interested in. So Mobuseka is a perfect example of that. The anime aired last year, I believe it was, and a lot of people were complaining about it not being a great adaptation and how they changed up the art style. And I mean, just from the cover of the book, I can definitely tell that there was more detail in the light novel art than went into the anime art. It was pretty generic. The story is pretty interesting, with the MC basically wanting to be a mob character in the background, kind of similar to Eminence and Shadow this season, but a lot funnier in my opinion. Even though the anime wasn't that great, the premise was interesting, and I did like the waifus, so I'm looking forward to reading this. They only have volume 1, unfortunately. I would have grabbed all of the volumes, especially with all the printing issues that 7 Seas have going on now, where it's so hard to get different volumes, but it is what it is. The Girl I Saved on My Train Home Turned Out to Be My Childhood Friend is a series that I've been wanting to read for a few months now. I've been seeing it posted on the light novel subreddit pretty consistently. It's got art by Fly, who also did Tomozaki-kun and has done a couple other series. One of my favorite light novel artists right now. So when I saw that nobody had touched these and that they had the first 3 volumes, that was a must cop for me. I'm really looking forward to reading this. It looks like it's cute. Looks like there's gonna be a little bit of angsty teenage romance, so that's always a nice bonus. I'm really excited to get into these, man. I also picked up Silent Witch volume 2. Now I got this in my other Right Stuff haul from last month, which I showed y'all. It was a bit funny because they had a lot of the volumes that I was missing for like particular series. So like I have volume 1 of Silent Witch, don't have volume 2. They only have volume 2 in stock, which was really convenient. I still haven't got around to reading the first one, so I can't really comment on how good the series is. It's got a lot of good reviews. Like I said, it has that interesting premise with the witch who's basically sworn to silence and her adventures. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. It's got really cute art as well. Unique premise, good reviews. I'm excited. Again, another volume that was kind of perfect for me was Vivy volume 2. I've got the first volume of the light novel series when it first came out. Still haven't read it because I'm so far behind on everything, but I think volume 2 is the most recent release. I don't think volume 3's come out yet, so this was kind of perfect as well. I love the anime. Vivy is one of the best anime original stories that we've had, not just recently, but really of all time. It had everything from action, world building, cute waifu, singing. Like, it was literally everything I love put together, so I know I'm gonna love the light novel series, and I'm really excited to read this one. Next up, I've got How a Realist Rebuilt the Kingdom volume 2. They had a bunch of really random volumes of Realist Rebuilt the Kingdom. I think they had like 2, 7, and maybe like 6, some really weird combinations. I don't know if people were taking them or they just didn't have many in stock to begin with, but it ended up being perfect for me because I've got volume 1 of this already. How Realist Rebuilt the Kingdom was one of my favorite anime from 2021, and I think the second core might have come out in 2022 as well. Not 100% sure, but it's a really cool take on the isekai genre because the main character is basically thrust into an economic and political leadership role and literally has to rebuild a kingdom that is on the brink of economic and social collapse. So if you're into politics or maybe you're just tired of the traditional isekai genre, this could really be a cool, refreshing break from it. The anime was good, so I know the light novel is gonna be better because naturally light novels are always better than anime, at least 99% of the time, so this should be a really fun read. Now, I don't know if it was because of how the anime's been doing this season or what, but nobody was touching Spy Classroom. We went in there on Saturday, and by that time the sale had been going on for about 3 or 4 days already, and there were still like 2 complete sets of Spy Classroom available. Like I said, I don't know if it's because the anime is not being that well received this season or what, but I've heard the light novel is way better than what the anime has been giving us. I think it's just a bad anime adaptation by Feel, which is, considering what they did with Origairu, not really that surprising to me. The premise of Spy Classroom was pretty cool with the cute girls and the slice of life setting, some nice political intrigue as well. So I know I'll really enjoy these because even though the anime is not that good, I still really like the characters in it and I think they have potential. I feel like if they're just fleshed out more, it would be a lot better. So I'm sure that's what the light novel is going to bring. Looking forward to reading these for sure. All right, man, I was so excited when I saw that they had volumes 1 and 2 of Cautious Hero. People talk about Konosuba all the time being this hilarious anime, but for me, Cautious Hero is probably the funniest anime that I've ever seen in my life. A lot of times humor doesn't really land in Japanese, or at least in anime, for me anyway, but the humor in Cautious Hero was amazing. Like, I think that was fall 2019. I remember watching Cautious Hero episodes before my statistics class in the evening, and man, this used to brighten up my day so much. I love the dynamic between the MC and main female lead Restarte. The gags in the series were really good. Basically, as the name suggests, the hero is really cautious about everything. Like, he just takes forever in terms of leveling up and grinding his stats to get him to a point where he's comfortable taking on any enemy. And although I may not be selling it as funny as it is in reality, like, you really need to check out the anime. If you think Konosuba was funny, I promise y'all ain't seen nothing yet, man. This is hilarious. I can't wait to read this. All right, I was also able to get volumes 2 and 3 of Date A Live. I've got Date A Live volume 1. I've had it again since it came out. Haven't read it yet, but I love the Date A Live anime, so I know I'm gonna love the light novels. I've also heard that the Date A Live anime was not a good adaptation, which again is not really surprising for any long-running series like this. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting some more characterization, some world building, some better pacing, because some seasons of Date A Live had really poor pacing, so I'm sure this will be a lot better. I also picked up World's Strongest Rearguard volume 2. I've got volume 1. I got that for my birthday haul when I went to Toronto with my mom back in October. Still haven't read it, but it's a series that a lot of people tell me is a really fresh take on the isekai genre. The book is really fat. I mean, it's got, man, it feels like it's 400 pages in here. I think it is close to 400, but the pages are also like kind of shorter. Not quite Shield Hero short, but they're like on the shorter side. But still, looks like it's gonna be a lot of world building in this series, so I'm really interested. The art's cute. Reviews look good for it on Amazon. Don't know too much else about it because I haven't read volume 1, but I'm looking forward to reading this series, hopefully soon. All right, I gotta shout out my boy Eli for this Your Forma series. He's been trying to get me on this for so long now, and I kind of passed on it because it didn't have the best reviews on Amazon or on Right Stuff. He tells me it's a really good series. It'll Invade It mixed with like a Psycho-Pass type setup with like a detective partnership. That's really all I know about it so far, but the art is really cool. The main girl looks cute, and I think it's one of those kind of sci-fi mystery stories, so we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, and if y'all have read any of the series that I haven't read yet, like Rearguard, Your Forma, the Girl on the Train one, let me know what y'all think about them in the comments below so I can kind of prioritize the order that I want to read these in, because as you can see, I have like 150 light novels to read, so besides like the currently airing stuff, it'll help make it easier just in terms of the order that I should read things. I was able to pick up Spellblades volume 2 again. I got volume 1 when I got Rearguard volume 1 in Toronto a few months ago, and I also have not read this yet. I've been told Spellblades is kind of like an anime or light novel Harry Potter. Like, it's like a magical school setup and just the magic system and everything in here. It's supposed to be really good, really well written, a lot of good world building, so we'll see how true that is, but I'm really looking forward to reading this. So we're almost at the end of the first Barnes & Noble haul. I've got I'm the Villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. Lost. This of course aired last season, and I think it's one of the best villainous slash otome style shows that we've had in the past couple years. We've had a lot of those shows, but this one was really good. It grew on me. It started off kind of slow in the anime. I wasn't really keen on Eileen, the main character, but over time she really grew on me. She got some good character development. The side characters are really interesting, and the story was actually pretty fun. So I don't think it's as good as Hamefura, at least not from the anime. The light novel may be just as good or better, but again, it's one of those series that I'm interested in but wasn't necessarily full price interested in, so it's cool that I was able to get it basically half off. And then one of 2 manga that I got in this haul was Oshi no Ko Volume 1. Again, y'all know how I feel about manga. I don't really read it a lot, but a lot of my good Twitter mutuals keep telling me I need to peep this series, and of course it's getting an anime, I believe next season in April. So I said I would give it a chance. The main girl looks really cute, supposed to have some really good world building, characterization, and it's supposed to be a pretty fresh story, so I'm looking forward to reading this. She is really cute. She's got some really cute eyes, so hopefully this ends up being good. All right, so as you can imagine, the sales were so good, we had to go back the next day just to see if I missed anything. So me and my mom went back up there, and I was able to get Kageki Shoujo Volume 4, and Volume 1 of Chitose is in the Ramune bottle. This is a series that just got licensed. It's supposed to be another rom-com style setup. Again, I've seen people talking about this on Reddit for a long time now. I was always interested in it. Wasn't necessarily 16 bucks interested in it, but for 40% off, I couldn't pass on it. Main character is really cute, and I think it might be one of those kind of Tomozaki style rom-coms, which is always good because I love Tomozaki-kun, so looking forward to reading this one. All right, y'all, I'm kind of ashamed because I've had Honzuki, aka Ascendance of a Bookworm, Volume 1 since like Season 1 aired back in, I think it was like spring of 2019, and I have still not read it. I know, it's crazy because I push this anime so much on everybody. Like whenever people recommend good anime to watch, like fresh takes on the isekai genre, just something cute to watch, I always push Honzuki, but I still haven't read Volume 1 of it. Barnes & Noble had Part 1, Volume 2 in stock, so it was a no-brainer that I had to cop this. Huge fan of Honzuki, one of the best isekai series literally on the market right now. So that was the end of the Barnes & Noble haul, but like I said before, one of my good Reddit friends put me on this website called cheapmanga.com, which sounds really sus at first. I promise y'all it's not a scam, it's actually legit. They sell manga and light novels at 50% off, and shipping is only $6 anywhere in the United States, which is just crazy. And if you buy over $100 worth of light novels, which many people do when they do these hauls, shipping is free. So I was really skeptical about it at first, but he told me that he had ordered from there before and that it was legit. So let's open it up, see what I got. I will say they package this stuff really well, which is always good to see when you order light novels or manga or any type of book. And yeah, that packaging definitely paid off because it looks like everything came in pretty pristine condition. So I'll go over what I picked up. I told y'all before, there's like some series that I'm really interested in starting, but I'm not necessarily interested in starting at full price, and Dendrogram is another one of those. The anime adaptation, I'm not gonna lie, was probably one of the most mid series I've ever seen in my life, and I mean that in the truest definition of mid. It wasn't awful, it wasn't good at all, it was painfully average and mediocre, but I've heard the light novels are really good, and they've got some gorgeous art. Like if y'all just look at that cover art there, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's got like a watercolor vibe going on. It's really detailed. Yeah, people rave about this series all the time. So at $6 a volume, 50% off, I couldn't pass on that. They had the first few volumes in stock. The reason they're able to offer these volumes so cheap is a lot of these are what we call remainder volumes. So if you've ever gone into like Barnes & Noble or your local bookstore, and at the top of some books you'll see like a black mark. Now these volumes don't have that, which is actually really cool because that means these are basically brand new, and I still got them for 50% off. A lot of these volumes will have those remainder marks, which basically just means they're overstock, which is how they're able to sell them for so cheap. So it's not a scam or anything like that, even though it seems really sus to get them for 50% off. It's just really cool. I think this is volume 2, has a little bit of a crease right here, which I mean is gonna happen anyway, just in the process of me taking the book out to read and stuff like that, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, looking forward to reading Dendrogram for sure. I've got volume 1 of My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me. This was actually the first Japanese light novel that I bought when I was in Japan back in 2019. I had no idea what it was about. I couldn't read any type of kanji. The girl just looked really cute, and I actually have this cool little promo thing that comes with the second volume of the light novel that I bought in Japan. So it's pretty funny that this ended up getting translated into English. I didn't think it would at the time, but it just goes to show how popular light novels have become in the West, because this is a type of title that I didn't expect to get a licensed in English, but that's really cool. I think we've got an anime coming pretty soon as well, so that's also cool. And then my last 2 volumes for today is Uchi Musume's volume 1 and 2, or if it's for my daughter, I Do Anything, Even Defeat a Demon Lord. This aired, I believe, in fall 2019. A lot of these shows that I picked up today aired when I was in grad school, so I'm kind of really nostalgic for this series. I really enjoyed it when it was airing. It's super cute, about this guy who adopts a girl that he finds in the forest, teaches her how to speak, basically becomes her surrogate dad. I found it really cute. I did unfortunately hear some spoilers about what happens at the end of the light novel series that was morally questionable, to say the least, and I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it. Again, for like $6, I enjoyed the anime, so I said why not. And I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but I'm just now noticing that all of these series that I picked up are from J Novel Club, so I'm not sure if this website mainly deals in J Novel Club or not. I feel like I did see some Yen Press stuff on there, but I'm not 100% sure. Just like Barnes & Noble though, they didn't have every volume. They had a lot of really weird volumes just because it's overstock stuff, but hey, again, for these prices, I ain't complaining. So guys, that pretty much wraps it up for the haul video. So that first Barnes & Noble haul came to about $220, I think, which sounds like a lot of money, and it kind of is, but when you put together the same order of the volumes that I got in that haul, like on Right Stuff, even with Right Stuff's discounted prices, it still comes to about $300. So I saved like $80, and if I would have paid full retail for this stuff, it would have been almost $400. So to get basically 30 volumes for like $240, that was pretty insane. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it, found some series to pick up on. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.